This all makes for excellent gossip, but the train wreck fascination runs thin by the time a fifth locomotive careens off the rails and crashes into the nearest chaos orgy. Ah, the Roman Empire. Established by the eternally baby-faced Augustus in 27 BC, this innovation in governance placed one emperor in charge of the entire Roman state, which in turn ruled over the whole Mediterranean world for the next half-millennium. As the earlier history of the Republic has shown, Rome is a dense topic, but the ironic difficulty with imperial Roman history is that the great Senatus Populusque Romanus had already won. At the death of Augustus, Rome stretched from Iberia to Africa. The long way. And while emperors did add a few more provinces in the following centuries, this new age was not defined by conquests but by the victorious quiet of the Pax Romana. Likewise, the poets and artists of the Augustan era had codified a new imperial identity for Rome, stepping out of Greece's shadow to set the standard for Roman culture. With so much groundwork diligently laid in the centuries BC, imperial Rome in these first 200 years AD was at the top of its game, with nothing left to do but make the most lavishly glorious civilization they could. This rather uncharacteristically calm state of affairs gives us an opportunity to look at the structure and breathtaking scale of the Roman world, before, of course, everything starts to go wrong. Don't worry, we'll get there. So, to see how Mediterranean society reached its peak under the rule of the Caesars, let's do some history. To begin with, we have... Okay, we might need to get through some shenanigans first, because what the Empire lacks in grand conflicts between civilizations, it makes up for in an absolute carousel of royal wackos. These monarchs generally lack the charm of Caesar or the cleverness of Augustus, and are instead best known for the nonsense they got up to in their abundant time away from their one job. This all makes for excellent gossip, but the train wreck fascination runs thin by the time a fifth locomotive careens off the rails and crashes into the nearest chaos orgy. And frankly, enough of these stories come to us from historians and senators with axes to grind and a culture that already loves exaggerating that it's just best not to dwell on them, which is why I invite your imagination to run wild as I treat the emperors as glorified timestamps.